There we go. Hi. What's Chibi Chibi Con? Have to get up at 4 a.m. on Saturday to go to a train station to go to Olympia, Washington. Ooh. Well, I hope y'all have fun. That sounds like a great time. It's a small one-day anime con that's free to attend. Ooh, nice. Going to cosplay Reboot Dante. Nice. Is Dorian gonna dress up too, or just you? I know that Reboot Dante is a whiny cringe lord, but that's why I like him. Yeah, that's fair. That's valid. Hi, Ray! Wah! Welcome in. Welcome in. Dorian is cosplaying Lilia Van Rogue from Twisted Wonderland. Hell yeah. You've made a breakthrough? On what? I'm curious. I have received arm sleeves and booty shorts. Thigh highs and crop hoodies on the way. Hell yeah. Bell collar. Damn. Hell yeah. That does sound fun. I want a collar. I want a collar so bad. Like a purple one, maybe with studs and like a bat, or perhaps a heart, or both. I don't know. My gay ass just wants to have, I don't know, like a choker even, or something. I swear to God, if I keep going down this path, there will be no remnant of Dom in me anymore, but I just can't stop. That's such a mood, though. That's such a mood, though. Like, it's like my thread I posted the other day, where, hold on. Like, I can relate to that. Like, I can sometimes Dom, but I'm also very weak. I fold very easily. Oh yeah, so Dahlia posted a meme that was like, "You're such a bottom that a bottom could top you," and so I quoted that post saying, "When I say I'm a switch, what I'm really saying is that I can be a bottom bottom, a top bottom, or a bottom top, but never a top top. I would fold too easily. Used to be a sub, but is now a dom because of a bunch of stuff. Hi, Lily." That's fair. You know, sometimes that's the thing. That's the thing about being a switch from my perspective at least, is that I could be both. It's pretty much just a matter of like what whoever I'm with at the time wants the most. Like you could say that I'm ambisextrous in that way. In the sense that like I could be either or depending on the situation. I think we're ready to get started. It's 444 right now. I'm gonna make a wish. Favorite type of dere? I remember I took a quiz to like say what one I am. I forget where I posted the results of that quiz. I think it was back when I had a Twitter. So unfortunately, I think that may be lost to time. Hi. I am editing the VOD, and I was like, you know what? It's been ages since I took the quiz, and I don't remember my original results. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Why not just take the quiz again for fun, and then I will put the highlights in the YouTube video. So question 1. Are you open about your crush? See, so here's the thing. I would say only after I get closer to them and feel more comfortable. Because, like, I have a lot of trauma from growing up and, like, you know, expressing my feelings to people and, you know, being laughed at or rejected and all of that stuff. So, like, I only, like, I have to feel comfortable enough to say my feelings. So I'm gonna go with this. Your crush suddenly gives you a kiss on the cheek in public. How do you react? Now, see, in my mind, what I'm saying is like, oh, I kiss them back, of course. But like, I'd also probably start blushing first. I probably start crying from happiness. I don't know. There's a few options here that are like, because like the blushing, the kissing them back. I'm gonna say I start blushing like crazy and fawning over them. Did it take you a long time to warm up to your crush? Haha, that's the thing about me. I fall fast and hard, unfortunately, much to my dismay. So I'm gonna say I took a liking to them very quickly, because, yeah. Quick, someone is picking on your crush. What do you do? Murder. Not actually. In reality, I would probably tell them to back the fuck off. I don't know, maybe it's the fact that like we're grown ass adults. If someone's like picking on them, I'm gonna be like, hey, what the fuck is your problem? You know? Someone else is flirting with your crush. How do you think you react? I'd go home and cry myself to sleep. Like, that's happened to me before. Realistically, this, because like, but then again, it's like at the same time, like, just because someone else is flirting with them doesn't mean that feeling's mutual. So I would say, because I wouldn't say I would try harder, because like it's not something where it's like, you know, about like quote unquote winning. Like, I don't like when it's phrased like that. You know, if it's meant to be, you just keep being yourself. You don't need to work harder to prove yourself, because it's like, these all seem like a bit much, considering like it's just someone flirting with them, not like, oh yeah, they asked them out and they said yes. This, but like, I don't feel right about either of them. I mean, I guess I do this because like I don't like the idea of winning someone over, having to fight someone else for someone's affection. It's like they'll choose who they're gonna choose. Speaking of flirting, how do you flirt with your crush? When I'm editing this, put in the meme, the invincible meme, where it's just like, that's the neat part. I don't. That's kind of a lie. I would say I flirt by trying weird and silly things. Cause like, I would say this. I mean, that's at least what I'm trying to do right now. But like, I'm gonna go with this. It's like, I feel like that's the most solid way to build anything. What's your general mood like when you're with your crush? I'm gonna. It's gotta be this. It's gotta be this. Like, if I. If I really, really like someone and I find out we have like similar interests, I love showing off the things I have related to said interests, assuming that's what they mean by this. What's your general mood like when you're not with your crush? This is going to be tricky because like it varies, you know, like telling everyone I come across how perfect my crush is. I mean, low key, kinda, but that's not like my whole mood anytime I'm not talking to them. I take as many opportunities as I can to tell the people I trust how I feel? Yeah. Does that mean that that's solely what my mood is? No. Very quiet and keep to myself. Sometimes. It depends on the day. Today was a very keep quiet and keep to myself kind of day. Honestly, exhausted. Being disabled and a chronically sleepy baby. Exhausted. Exhausted. Easy peasy. Would you say you've got a bit of a sharp tongue? I would never insult anyone I care about, let alone my crush. In your relationship, would you say you're more caring and pampering in a general sense? Hey, Briar, no worries. I'm only okay, well, I'm halfway done with the quiz, but here, let me go back and show you what I've said so far. And then now we're back to where we were. Okay. You're all caught up. And this one I was struggling with because it's like, are they talking about just in general when you do have a partner, or specifically like still in the context of a crush? Because like when you haven't really been talking for long, it's not like either of you are like taking care of each other. I don't know. I would say equally, just because it's like, I don't know what else to answer for that. Do you share your emotions with your crush? Honestly, like, I try not to like dump all my feelings out. Sometimes that's hard. I feel like I only, in the context of a crush, I only really share my feelings when, like, it's about, consoling them or relating to them, stuff like that. I was explaining the lore of Monster Hunter to Dorian. He had no idea what I was talking about, but he's happy I was sharing my interest with him. Exactly. That's how it should be. That's like goals. Just being like, like having like your head in your hands, and you're just kind of like longingly staring at your partner as they explain some nerdy shit that you do not understand, but there's like cartoon hearts in your eyes. That's goals. That is goals. I've done this before though. I've in past situations I've definitely flirted in like Italian and then it's just like, wait, what does that mean? And it's like, oh, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I guess you'll have to I guess you'll never know or you'll have to like look it up or something. But in terms of just in general, I feel like if I'm just getting to know someone, I keep a good chunk of my feelings to myself and only share when it's relevant. I like to lay my head down on his lap with my arms wrapped around his waist while he's playing games on the PS5. He's the best. Y'all are so adorable. Y'all are so incredibly adorable. What's the first impression someone would get after meeting you? Quite silly, not the smartest person. I'm leaning towards this one. At least that's how I see myself. And again, it depends on the day, because sometimes I can be lewd. I definitely am very eccentric. Some days I'm quiet, some days I'm shy, but like, I don't know. Lonely and cry easily. Well, I mean, yeah. But, I agree. I'm not a perfect person, and there's many things I wish I didn't do. But I just want you to know. I am very sleepy. Some days I am lacking in energy and motivation. But like in terms of like people's first impressions, oh yeah. That's why I added like and I just want you to know I found a reason to live, a reason to start over anew, and the reason is Scooby Doo. Oh, silly. I'm going with this. I'm going with silly and not the smartest. Why do you like spending time with your crush so much? It's hard when like all the people I've had crushes on in the past few years have been long distance. So, I wish. Do you know how badly your girl wants to have someone to give her head pats? God damn, I'm fucking lonely. Oh, jeez. Dorian made a video of the song with the lyrics over pictures of orcas and compressed it to 144p. Please send that to me. I need that in my life. I really need that. I'll have to get it from him. I'll send it to you later. I appreciate it. He made it while the two of us were drunk a couple months ago. That's amazing. That's really great. You have Tumblr humor. Yeah, yeah, no, I figured that out a while ago. I mean, definitely makes me feel better when I'm down. I mean, this for sure. I'm gonna go with that. Who made the first move? You or your crush? Why are there only two options? Jeez. That's so weird. 'Cause it's like, I don't know. Since this has to be a hypothetical, I'm gonna say that's probably gonna end up being me making the first move, but I would love to be surprised. I would love to be wrong. What is your idea for a perfect romantic date? Ooh, okay. Oh, wedding. Crazy. Yes, this, obviously. Being lovey-dovey together while sharing my weird hobbies with them. Yes. But yes, this would be the ultimate just in any situation. In any situation where I have feelings for someone, this is the ideal date. Nothing is more intimate than sharing something that is important to you with someone who's important to you. Do you have any violent tendencies or urges? No. Are you an extrovert, introvert, or ambivert? I'm like an ambivert that leans more towards introvert tendencies. I'll say ambivert. Need to ask Rainy for an MP3 of her song. I want to put it on my MP3 player. Oh, of Dutchy Boy? He's the orangey boy? That song? You have it set as your ringtone? Nice. 18 out of 20. Aww. Are you confident in yourself? I'm not the most confident in myself, but saying that I can carry myself without any problems is a bit of a stretch, but like, I wouldn't say I'm very unconfident. I do get nervous a lot though. We're sticking with this one. Have you ever denied your feelings for your crush? No. Lastly, how did you change after spending time with your love interest? Oh, it's another one of these long ones. Oh, that's a lot of words. Okay. And again, it sucks because, you know, like most of the people I've had, I'm sorry, what? Briar, you can't just say shit like that. The fuck do you mean, toxic Yuri self-cessed? Those, none of those words are in the Bible. None of them. Not a single word. Except maybe I accidentally discovered and on. Perhaps. Maybe even toxic, but the rest of that, none of that's in the Bible. Oh, yeah. I was saying that, like, it's tricky because, again, like, it goes back to, like, most of the people within the past few years that I've, like, had feelings for have all been long distance. The areas of characters from Honkai Star Rail and their evil. Oh, that makes more sense. I agree with half of this. I am definitely more motivated, but I don't know. I'm still at the point where I feel like I don't want to confess my feelings because I feel like I'm more of just a bother, but also my social skills are dust and I've always struggled to gauge what people actually think of me because I've had so many people lie about what they think of me throughout my entire life. Has Dorian not seen Code Lyoko before? He's never seen it. Well, I'm glad he's enjoying it because like that was my jam growing up. Here we are, going far to save all that we love. If we give what we got, we can make it through. But if all go away, go, sorry. Sorry. I love that show. We jokingly call it Oops All Forehead. Yeah. Yeah, they do got big foreheads, but I love it though. My favorite characters were Odd and the girls. Aelita and what was the black hair one's name? It's been years. It's been years since I've seen it. The only reasons I remember Odd and Aelita's names is because like they're very unique names. On Jeremy, because it kind of stuck out how normal that one was. Wait, what? No fucking way. No. How the fuck did I end up getting Bakadere? You're a Bakadere. Wait, how do I get to my crush's house again? Oh well, I'm sure I'll find it. You're not the brightest person around. You're a kind and carefree person who often does foolish things. You may have some hobbies that people think are weird or unusual, but it brings great joy to share them with your crush, and they enjoy seeing your silly personality. However, while you usually act quite foolish, you can be surprisingly romantic at times. Wait, okay, this kind of actually is pretty fucking accurate. I'm not even gonna lie. Wow, okay. Was not expecting that. I remember watching it when I was younger, but I don't remember the greater details or the plot. I feel like I watched it when I was very, very little, and then I rewatched it again in high school, I think. So there is some of it fresh in my mind, but not very fresh because did the quiz just insult your intelligence before complimenting you? Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, this kind of confirmed what I already know, and that's that I'm a fucking idiot. God damn. All right. The quiz just said dumbass endearing. Yeah. Which, to be fair, is how I would probably describe myself, so they're not wrong. But like this, just this sentence, I feel like pretty well sums up me. Like, I am a fool. I am a clown, a silly little jester, bumbling about. But goddamn, I definitely, I'm nothing if not romantic. I'm hoping that this is accurate and that I'm not like annoying to them. I'll never know unless I take it again. It's probably gonna be some mushy, really like lovey-dovey kind. Because like as much as I love like tsunderes and stuff like that in fiction, like in terms of like what I actually would want out of a partner, it's like I don't want that. I want someone who's genuine and like I don't know, I guess like-minded. What was dere dere? Dere dere. That sounds familiar. Love-struck, cute, adorable, lovey-dovey, loving, affectionate, doting, clingy, wholehearted, heartfelt, romantic, fawning, pampered, spoiled, indulgent, Dependent, trusting, enamored, adoring, sincere, honest, open, sweet, kind, warm, caring, loyal, happy, vulnerable, sensitive. Yeah, that's me, and that's what I would want out of a partner. So definitely a dere dere. Probably butchering the pronunciation of that. But yeah, excellent question. And that's what I'm kind of hoping to get out of the Ragatha route. Cause like, don't get me wrong, I loved Zubal's route, but the like, I don't know, I'm so over the tsundere trope. Like, just be straightforward about how you're feeling. Combination of dandere and dere dere? What's dandere? Which one's that? I'm very curious. Disclaimer, this fan is... Welcome to the Amazing Digital Life... I've already played this part, so I'm, like, gonna speedrun. I'm Dane, I'll be your principal duration of the state of the digital academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher. Become a straight-A student or we'll make... Fuck. We know, Kane. That's me. Sounds good. How about your name? Oh yeah, he's gonna judge me. Brain exploded from too much information. Honestly, yeah. That's how my brain is. Literally, if I get too much information, I get overstimulated and my brain explodes. Characters are composed into non-emotional, sometimes overwhelming shyness. That refers to the judging for the naughty, being silent for test turn. They usually speak and then they will like very little. Alone, like characters act sweet and slowly overcome the night. I can relate to that a lot, actually. My name is Stevie. Don't judge it this time. Are you sure you like that? Fuck you, Kane! Jackass. Yeah, I like it. I chose it, bitch. That is my name. Alrighty then, Stevie. Let's head inside. Inside your brain. In fiction, I like yanderes. I would never want to deal with a yandere IRL. Yeah, no, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, no thanks. Granted, like, I don't know, in the fictional sense, like, it's fun to romanticize about, you know, someone who would literally be willing to kill for you. And, like, sometimes I can, like, relate to that. But, like, at the same time, putting it into action is just like, no. No thanks. Also, if you didn't know, my name is Stevie. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today's my first day at this new school, and I've definitely never been here before. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So where is the teacher? Okay, weird side note, weird side tangent. I know we're just starting, we haven't even gotten to the choices yet, but like, the schedule had me thinking, for some reason, for the longest time, I would have reoccurring, not always nightmares, just dreams in general, where I would be in, like, this crazy, impossible version of my high school, and I would be roaming around trying to find what class I was at because I lost my schedule, and I didn't know the schedule. And so I was always looking for, you know, what class I was supposed to be in, and I didn't know, so I ended up just wandering around this, like, crazy, impossible, fictional version of my high school. And honestly, some of those dreams were kind of cool, because I love, like, liminal space type stuff, and it very much gave that vibe, but I wonder if anyone else has had any dreams like that in their life. As I step into the room to let in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. Hello, my name's Mr. Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of a genuine sense of excitement. You're so cool, Stevie. What? I didn't even do nothing! What do you mean? I didn't do shit. We just got here. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... Oh my god, wait! Thank you so much! Thank you so much, oh my god, for gifting Ray the sub. Hell yeah. Oh my god. What's it called? I still think you're cool. What? Well, thank you. Oh, what was your name again? The last one cracks me up every time. Like, what? Hey everyone, I'm Stevie. I look forward to learning with you all, and I hope we can be friends. Rightio. Go on and take any open seat, Stevie. Most of our students don't bite. Yeah. Briar is literally, like, the greatest. Briar's been, like, a ride or die day one fucking bestie ever since I came back to streaming almost 2 years ago. Jesus fucking Christ. but like he's shown up to almost every fucking stream. He's always in chat. He's always like subbing and gifting subs. Honestly, I feel grateful to have him as a friend and have so many friends that I've made through this streaming journey. And it's like, I know I'm not like a big streamer or anything, but like I love my community. I have so many like wonderful people here. So thank you, all of you. Take a moment to think of who to sit by. Yeah. I take my seat next to the ragdoll girl in a blue skirt and vest. You stuck with me now? Mwahahaha. Well, I mean, like, joke's on you. I don't give a shit. Like, if I'm stuck. I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Anyways, she's so pretty. Like, the art style for this, it's so close to, like, how it looked in the actual show, and they did a really good job recreating the designs and everything. She's paying such close attention to the lecture, I hesitate to introduce myself, not wanting to disrupt her. To my surprise, she takes the initiative once Mr. Kinger pauses to write some English letters on the board, a friendly smile on her face. Hey, new stuff. My name's Ragatha. I'm the class representative, so you can talk to me if there's anything you need. Like an extra pencil, or dealing with Jax if he gives you a hard time. Anything at all. I can tell she's trying very hard to make me feel comfortable and, like, part of the class. As a transfer student, I appreciate the effort. Well, that's not very nice, Raggy. Bad-mouthing me to the new kid? Based on the grin on the purple rabbit's face, this must be the Jax that Ragatha's referring to. So since I was first in chat, does that mean I can eat some of the asbestos tiles? As a treat? Yeah. Yeah, go for it, buddy. You deserved it. Jax! She cries out, exasperated. Don't sneak up on me like that. Listen, newbie. If you want to be the perfect straight-A student, you can trust Ragatha to make that happen. Oh, thanks, Jax. That's oddly nice of you. But you're gonna bore everyone to tears, and nobody's gonna want to hang out with you. His grin fades to an obstinate smirk as he continues. Now, if you want to have real fun, be cool, and loved by everyone, I'm the guy to talk to. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Look at her face! Oh my god, I love her so much. Ragatha's frown grows deeper as Jax keeps talking, interrupting him with her own rebuttal. I don't think Stevie wants to go around pulling pranks on everyone, and I really don't think... Jax interrupts her again. These two must have some sort of history, leaping into any gap in one another's argument to berate one another. Yeah, I bet the new kid wants to spend all day reading textbooks. Good one, Ragatha. Jax offers a humorless laugh as he mocks her to her face. Well, it's better than just being a jerk all the time. The two keep interrupting and talking over one another. How has nobody noticed the escalating argument at the front of the classroom? Evidently, I'm the only one who wants to end this argument. What's wrong with being a good student? Ragatha smiles, a friendly smile, turning to me with a look of genuine gratitude before turning to face Jax again. See, Jax? People like Stevie want to focus on their academics. Hashtag funny bunny supremacy. I respect your right to be wrong. I suppose in this specific instance of canon, I will allow it, because Pomni can't have Ragatha, because Ragatha is going to be mine. So in this instance, I will allow Funny Bunny, but in any other instance, because like as I've mentioned in the Zooble playthrough, this may not be canon to the Amazing Digital Circus, but it's canon to me. Even multiple playthroughs. Don't ask how that works. Lore. Jax rolls his eyes and walks away. If he's bothered about losing the argument, he hides it well. Ragatha leans over to me. If you want, I can give you a tour of the school during our lunch break. She pauses for a moment. Only if you want to, though. I totally get wanting to be left alone on your lunch break. Well, she may not be the most assertive member of our class, but I can tell her smile and positivity are genuine. Part of me is excited to start our class tour, but another part of me worries that if I tell Ragatha that her doting on me might start to smother me. Joke's on you, in-game player character. I want that. I want to be smothered, god damn it. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something bursts into the room. Kinger! Class, how do you do? Is there a reason you're here today, Kane? That's right! The reason I'm here! To make sure we all have a enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure, and most of all, interesting to our studio audience. However, the numbers are in, students, and it turns out the school dramas are just white noise. However, my sweet tooth students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way.
How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President?
Kane shoots Bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You see, my little Tomar Emeralds, what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters, a competent principal, adequate funding? Wrong, surprisingly right, but not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival, celebrating the unique talents of its students. Yuri Simulator? Absolutely. No, yeah, that is exactly what this is. Like, you can choose to date Jax, but, like, why the fuck would you? I'm kidding. I do like Jax as a character, but he can be a lot at times. You know, I'm allowed to have my preferences. My very, very gay preferences. Literally always. Alright, Kinger. I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg. Or 2. Or 7. Alright, class, let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the Culture Festival. Kinger lifts the paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issue. You can count on me. Zubul and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters. And some art to display during the festival.
I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else.
Pomni and Jax, look up what a culture festival is.
Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters?
Nah, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. It's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. That line gets me every time, oh my god.
Jax!
Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. Class erupts into chaos as Zubul and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker among themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned out and he's just waiting on the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. Oh, we already know. Also, I better not get a fucking salad this time, because that shit is, like, not even lore accurate. Come on. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me, there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I pick up something to eat at the nearest food place, and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. I think Ragatha wanted to give me a tour. I grab a sandwich from the lunch line and look around for Ragatha. Oh, thank God it's not a salad this time. That's so weird. Like, I guess each route might have, like, a different thing you get for lunch. It seems like such a small detail, but, you know, anything to make it stand out. She did want to give me a tour, right? Oh, Stevie, sorry for keeping you waiting. Did you want to start our tour today? Sure thing. That's what I like to hear. Let's get started then. She starts by leading me to the stairs in the middle of the school. This is the main stairwell. Our homeroom is upstairs, so you need to know where this is to get to class. She gives me a friendly smile before realization strikes her. But you probably already knew that, because our class is on the 3rd floor, and you would have to have taken the stairs to get there. She sighs, but regains her composure quickly, putting on a slightly less cheery smile as she takes my hand. Damn, we're only on day 1 and we got hand-holding? Oh my god, wow. I don't know if that's safe for Twitch. Hand-holding is crazy. She walks to the left, taking us back to the lunchroom. Girl, goofy ass. I love it. I love it. She walks to the left, taking us back to the lunchroom. This is the lunchroom, where you can grab a bite to... She cuts herself off, eyeing the sandwich that I'm still eating. Wait a sec. She puts a palm to her face. You just met me in the lunchroom. Ragatha sighs. So you've already been here too, huh? She giggles nervously, putting on an even weaker, faker smile. She grabs my wrist with gusto, pulling me along with so much zeal that I feel like she's going to tug it out of the socket. Yes, please. I wince as she pulls me towards the next location. Well, I could at least show you to our homeroom. We literally... Girl. We had back outside the lunchroom and halfway up the stairwell when Ragatha realizes that I was in the same class as her this morning. So I've already seen this too. You know, I can relate so hard to this because I'm a very forgetful person. And I'm often pretty airheaded. So this is some shit that I would pull. And I love it. I'm so sorry, Stevie. She pulls at her red, strangely licorice-like hair. Yummy. I just wasted your entire lunch period taking you around places you already saw at the school. I offer an apologetic, shy smile. Well, kinda, I guess. She sighs again, slumping forward. You must be pretty annoyed with me, huh? She says, not looking me in the eye. Obviously the third. Why would I select any of the first two options? I wouldn't know what to do. I'm very shy around people, especially with holding hands. Right? Right? Like if my brain turns to mush. Like, forget it. Oh my god. She clearly meant well. I don't see any reason to put her down. Ragatha perks right back up, as if all of her mistakes are undone by my forgiveness. Oh, well, if you're having a good time, maybe I can continue the tour? And excuse you from afternoon classes? Skipping class to fucking tour the building with Ragatha? Yes, please, sign me up. I'd be worried that my hands would be sweating too much. That's such a mood. Oh my god. Same. Same. Oh shit. With the little bee at the bubble? Oh my god. Okay, we stopped by the principal's office. Kane is leaning against the door, bubbles coming out of his pipe. Wait. Isn't it a violation of the code of conduct to smoke a pipe on school grounds? Ragatha! Stevie! What do I owe the pleasure? Hey, Kane. I was giving Stevie a tour of the school, but I wasn't able to give them a full tour during lunch. Can they be excused from afternoon classes so I can show them other places in the school? Kane stops a moment, then nods. I don't see why not. Now go along, my scrumptious little scholars. and take in the glorious work that is my academy. Ragatha turns to me, taking my hand in hers again. Damn. Are we sure that like this much hand-holding isn't against the school's code of conduct? Cause like, my goodness. Let's not waste any time, Stevie. Next stop, the library. Oh, cool. I don't think we saw the library in Zubal's route. We visit the library. Row upon row of bookshelves crowd this room. Pomni is sorting through a massive pile of books. Dry mulcher, migration habits of vultures. I guess she's still trying to find a book on culture festivals. I'll leave her to it. This one I'm more familiar with. We also have an art classroom. As we walk into the art room, Zubal and Gangle are working away, designing posters for the school. I peek over Gangle's shoulder. She's drawing Pomni with generous proportions. Oh my god. Amazing. Based Gangle. Gangle sees me and throws herself over her art. Don't look, Stevie! Zubal turns to me and glares. She's not done with it yet. Don't you know how impolite it is to look at someone's art when it's not done? I was just curious. Ragatha takes my wrist and begins to usher me out. Sorry, guys. She closes the door behind her and catches her breath. All right. Time to show you my favorite spot on campus. We walk for several minutes, and she leads me down the staircase all the way outside. The courtyard? Oh, interesting. I see a large patch of dirt in the shape of a diamond, surrounded by a chain link fence. Is that this is the softball field. Do you play? That was apparently the right question to ask. Ragatha's smile widens. Yep. Sometimes I can get the other guys out here, but Kane actually has a pitching machine, so, sometimes I just go out here to let out stress. If you ever want to join me, let me know. I file that information away for later. Amazing. In the distance, the bell to dismiss evening class rings. And now I'll walk us back to the lockers, so you could pack up and head out for the day. Well, I guess that's the end of our tour for today. Time to head out. I walk to my locker, entering the combination, as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. I sure hope so. Someone who's been holding my hand all day. Perhaps they can hold my hand all the way back to the dorm. As I gather my things, a familiar doll walks up to me. Hey, Stevie. You getting ready to head back for the day? Yep. Ragatha looks around, seemingly working up the courage to ask something. If you want to, I could walk you back today. How does that sound? Sure thing. Oh, awesome. She beams. Ragatha and I make our way to the front doors of the school. Hey, Stavey. She looks at me as if she just remembered something very important. This is your first night here, right? Sure. I mean, it's technically my first day here. The sun has barely begun to set, so I don't know why she's saying first night. I'll show you to the dorms then. She gives me a polite smile. I hate to let her down, but... Oh yeah, this part where I'm like delusional, thinking that I'm gonna be picked up by my parents. Actually, Ragatha, my parents are picking me up today. Are you sure about that, Stevie? I think I am. Not sure why she's questioning that, but as she asks me the question, I try to remember what my parents said about picking me up today. I begin to discover worrying gaps in my memories. Did my mom or my dad drop me off? Well, if it was my dad, that's a bit concerning. Because that would mean the dead have come back to life. Was it someone else? What does the car I dropped off in look like? What do my parents look like? I begin to hyperventilate as I realize, if it weren't for seeing my own reflection in a mirror when I was washing my face in the bathroom this morning, I wouldn't even remember what I look like. What's happening to me? In the corner of my eyes, abstract patterns begin to fade in and out of existence. Oh shit! Like, I was concerned in Zubal's playthrough, but I'm just straight up abstracting in this. Wow. I can't believe I'm like low-key starting to abstract in this run-through. That's crazy. It's okay, Stevie. Everyone goes through this the first day that they're here. My breath begins to steady. The abstract patterns fade, and things start to feel, well, normal definitely isn't the word, but at least a little more okay. They do? Yeah, it's this weird thing. Nobody really knows how it works. Most of us can't even remember our own names. Well, at least I managed to remember my name, unless someone else made that up for me? No, that's ridiculous. Are they fucking implying... Honestly, I haven't ever seen anyone leave campus. So we, just go inside and sleep on the floor of our homeroom? Ragatha laughs. Fan theory, we're an NPC? See, that's what I thought at first too, but like, there's clearly moments where we begin to like abstract, and I don't think NPCs can abstract. No, Kane actually built us a set of dorms to stay in, she says, offering a hand. How would we know? I mean, that's a good point, but I don't know, there's a couple other things mentioned in... Even Kane says you and your fellow humans. So, like, I feel like, that's the kind of thing he would slip up on, but maybe not. Who knows? I like to think that this is actually me. Not just like, oh, like a stand-in for me. I'm in the game. Canonically, in my canon, this is me. Something to give us a break from the old rigmarole of going from class to class. I take her hand. I'll lead you there. Don't worry. Ragatha smiles gently as she leads me by my hand to the building nearby. Just by glancing at the doors, I can tell who stays where. The vibrant red and blue door has to be Pomni's room. Another door is sleek with bright geometric shapes all over it. That has to be where Zubal stays. Ragatha stops at a ranch-style door before proceeding. This is my room, Stevie. I'm the class representative and the resident assistant here, so if you have any trouble with any of your dorm mates or need anything for your room, I'm your gal. She gives a jovial swing of her arm. Again, just like in the Zooble run through when she did the jovial swing of the arm. Like, literally, like, I just instinctively do that when I'm doing Ragatha's voice. That's just like a thing I do. And like every time that I do it, it's like right when the game says it as well. Cause like it's only sometimes. But yeah, I love Ragatha. Stop it! Oh my god, wait! Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop. First of all, how are you gonna have it say adorned with dollies when there's like no fucking dollies in the image? The mirror stand. Yeah. Literally, this is so cute and cozy and I love it. And to bless this mess, like, come on, that's hilarious. But also something that is very much a Ragatha thing to have on her wall. This is adorable. I love it. My door's always open. As we stand there, Jax walks by. He gives Ragatha a wicked grin. Or it would be if I could trust Jax not to put a centipede in my room. Jax, that's fucked up. Jax gives her an offended look. Come on, Ragatha. Pranking the R.A. I can't believe you'd think so little of me, he says, barely hiding a sadistic grin. Ignore him. She pauses a moment. And if you don't want to wake up to a centipede in your room, don't let Jax in. Jax lets out a dark chuckle as he overhears her, unlocking his door before stepping inside. She waits a few moments to make sure he's out of earshot before lowering her voice. But seriously, as long as you're not Jax, you're welcome to visit me. If you need to relax, or talk to somebody, or just want to say hi. Now, let's go find your room, new stuff. I love that she calls me new stuff. It's so cute. We walk side by side until we find a new door that doesn't apparently belong to anyone else here. My boring-ass room. This door is substantially less impressive than the doors to all the other rooms. A plain oak door with my name on a brass nameplate. I couldn't come up with a more boring door if I tried to imagine one. I have the urge to show you a super secret from episode 6, but I don't want to stop you from playing. By all means, you could put it in the Discord and I will look at it later. I love lore and secrets and stuff. Episode 6, was that the fast food episode, or was that the suggestion box episode? Guns. Oh, okay. Ragatha turns towards me, noticing my disappointment. Hey, looks can be deceiving. Maybe it's really nice inside. I twist the handle and pull the door open. The room looks empty. Really empty. The walls are plain and unadorned. A gray mattress sits on a cheap-looking wooden bed frame. A duvet decorated with the school's logo has been set atop the mattress, as well as a pair of plain white pillows. In the back corner, an aging wooden desk has been set up, with a few sheets of paper, a set of number 2 pencils, and some ball-joint pens. Ballpoint pens in blue and black. Not ball-joint pens, that would be weird. Not even any pens in my favorite colors. I know, right? No purple pen? That's crazy. Well, there's a lot of room to customize. She walks around in the vast emptiness of my room, the plain walls making it seem even bigger and emptier than it is. Yeah, I rub a hand across the back of my neck. Wait a minute. Can we go back and hang out in your room for a bit? Okay, maybe I'm crazy, but things are moving like way faster in the Ragatha route than they were in Zooble's route. The Ragatha route is great. I'm so excited. I love Ragatha so much. Ragatha was already like one of my favorite characters, but I'm not going to finish that sentence actually. Anyways, can we go back and hang out in your room for a bit? I really don't want to be alone here. Oh, I'm really sorry, Stevie, but Kane doesn't want us in each other's rooms after the sun is down. She offers an apologetic smile. I know it's a silly rule, but he says that since this is supposed to be a family-friendly environment, he doesn't want us in each other's rooms at night. She backs out of my room, crossing her arms across her chest with a nervous giggle. I technically shouldn't even be in your room right now. The rest of our conversation continues with her standing in the hallway and me in my dorm. So that's it for today? Yeah, I mean, you know where school is, right? And you remember all the places I showed you? I nod. It's a lot to take in, but I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I got it from here, I guess. Ragatha nods with a weak smile. Good. That's good. We stand there. The conversation has definitely dried up. Neither of us knows what to say next. I'll, see you in class tomorrow? Well, I could walk with you to class tomorrow, if you'd like. I nod. That's something at least. Yeah, you know, if you aren't too busy being class representative and resident assistant. She smiles. Well, as class rep, I'm supposed to help new students get acclimated to our academy, so I can definitely make time for you tomorrow. She's so cute. I smile back at her as we exchange goodbyes and I close my door. Maybe things will be alright. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. Hi, Maximus! Today I'm romancing Ragatha! Hooray! The same grammatical error as in Zubal's route. I thought this was like a one-off thing, where it says the room to my dorm flies open instead of the door to my room, or door to my dorm. Either one would have been more correct than this. Confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters! Principal Kane announces from what sounds like the hallway. Kane, what the f*** are you trying to pull this late at night? Ha ha ha, Zubal! His laugh is fast, forced, and manic, as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. This he blurts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because, even with the culture fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to, which is why I've secured us a sponsorship. He stretches out the last word, using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... A drumroll plays from somewhere in the background. Yeah, we know, the Wacky Watch. Each of us glance down. Yep, been here, done that. Wacky Watches are so wacky. And watchy? Absolutely. Well, I know this isn't ideal, but at least we can talk to each other now. It should make communicating about the culture fair easier. With the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a wacky watch. Seeing the situation unfold before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice, Gangle sniffles. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? I decide to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take his frustration out on. I flick my dorm light off as I close my door. I check my Wacky Watch. I got a text from Ragatha. Her portrait is outlined in gold to indicate that she's an RA. Oh, wait! Look at it! She's so cute. Hey, Stevie. I just wanted to check in on you after the whole Wacky Watch thing. I guess I'm doing pretty okay, Ragatha. Just getting used to how things work here. I get that. Showing up to school, losing your memories, and now the Wacky Watch? It's a lot for anyone to take in. You're telling me. There's a few moments before Ragatha responds. Well, if you ever need anyone to talk to, I'm here. Thanks. I'll have to take you up on that. Ragatha is so me. I don't know. I'm so timid and, always try my best to be there for people. Oh, really? Yeah, it's nice to talk with you. That's kind of you to say, Stevie. Maybe I can make you tea sometime this week between all the culture fair stuff. That sounds nice. Cool. Stop with the fucking emojis like I do! Stop! No way! Oh my god, no way. Literally. Oh my god, she's just like me for real. This makes me very happy. This is the kind of emojis I use. I use standard emojis sometimes, but like the old school emojis where you're just typing letters to make it look like a face, that's my jam. Did she just send a smiling sunglasses emoji? Well, Ragatha can be kind of old-fashioned, but it seems like she genuinely wants to help me fit in here. Old-fashioned? What do you mean old-fashioned? Hello? At least I have one friend at this school. Day 1 complete.